Hi, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Nate, and welcome to the Mono Poly Couple YouTube channel. We're going to talk about life, love, and relationships. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so today we're going to talk about Courtney having fun while dating, which is a challenge that she has, and we're going to get into that today. All right, Courtney, tell us about having fun while dating.
Okay, so let's start by a little history. So we opened the marriage about 2.5 years ago. And when we first opened it, I really didn't care what Nate thought about it. I planned dates. I did what I wanted. I was so resentful and angry at him for so many years that I was like, it's my turn now. Like, I stayed at home with the kids. I raised them. I took care of everything. Like, I want some freedom. And so I thought I was having fun. Like, I put myself in situations that I thought would be fun. And then I quickly realized, like, oh, I don't actually enjoy this setting at all. And so then I kind of did like a big pendulum away from that, and then was like a lot more hesitant to go out on dates and to really connect with men. I mean, I would still go out, but I, just was very analytical about the men before I went on dates with them, and was very picky. And yeah,
I think it was fun at first because it was new and exciting for Courtney.
Yes.
So she was sort of like, an FU to me for, all the years of where, I may not have met her needs or wasn't understanding or wasn't there for many reasons. And then she got into that and was like, oh, this is great and fun. And then she started to realize that like she didn't like how it made her feel. It was kind of just, date after date after date or overnights kind of over and over again, but not developing much of a emotional connection or relationship. And then the pendulum swung, like she said, and then it was more like a business deal, an analytical understanding of like, how can this person meet these 70 check boxes that I require in a relationship to be happy, right? She was trying to,
oh my gosh, you're not kidding.
quantify happiness via, these qualities she was looking for in another relationship or another partner. And then it became not so fun. So what happened then?
Yeah, well, that is exactly really how it went. So I think what I wanted so badly is that because Nate didn't like the revolving door of men, I thought that if I just found one partner and consistently had a relationship with him and had this like little container, that everything would be better. Like, I truly believed that like it was like the salvation to our problems. And what I found was that I became obsessed with like finding this perfect, safe, reliable person that would save me and take me away from the issues that I was having in our marriage and in my life.
Yeah. So it would basically meet whatever qualities she wasn't getting from me or in our relationship, right? So whatever that may be, an emotional connection, somebody to text more often than I do for whatever reason, or any list of things, right? And so again, it became a search instead of for a partner, for someone who you could enjoy and spend time with, to somebody who fit in that box. And so that became less fun, right? So she went from trying to explore and figure out what polyamory meant to her and to us to basically trying to make it less difficult on me, which I appreciate, but it ended up basically becoming a search for, I would say, maybe a person that doesn't exist because
Probably
it was a long list. It was a long list.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And then I would find myself when I was in a relationship, I would become so anxious because then I was afraid of losing that relationship and then having to start the dating process all over again. And then it becomes contentious with Nate. And like, it was just this self-fulfilling prophecy. And so I never let myself like really relax and have fun and just be carefree because I was constantly worried about keeping Nate happy. And then, well, I can't be with somebody that isn't worth me being away from the kids. And then like I had a million check boxes in my head and it just consumed me and really took like the fun out of it.
Yeah. So how did that change?
How did that change? Well, I would say probably like 6 months ago, you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably. So my last relationship ended about 6 months ago. And took about 6 weeks before I really jumped back into dating because I wanted to, I don't know, just take some time to evaluate like what I wanted, where I was at. And Nate was like, yeah, like get back at that. Like it's been 6 weeks. That's a long time. And the guy I was with previously was, long distance and we hadn't spent a lot of time together. And so it just felt like he could see that my needs weren't being met. And he wanted me to would encourage me like, Courtney, you need to go out. Like, Courtney, you need to go out on more dates because you're not going to meet somebody if you continually say no to men after a video call or after you're texting with them for a few days. And I just became so protective of my time of like, yes, but if I say yes to this guy and that's an hour wasted that I could have been with you, because I really started to enjoy spending time with Nate again. Like, it had been years since I loved, like, truly enjoyed spending time with him. And for the first time in, I don't, over a decade, like, I was like, I just want to be at home with Nate and like watch a movie and drink wine and hang out, or like go out and like with our friends in our village and like watch a family movie night. I just found myself not needing to escape anymore. And for a while in the beginning, that's what polyamory was for me, is an escape. And so when it no longer became an escape, then it felt like this time competition thing of, okay, now it has to feel really serious because it's taking time away from somebody I really love and really value. And so I felt like it was in a constant conflict.
So now this still sounds very fun.
It doesn't sound fun.
All right. So how I encourage Courtney to have fun, and I think hopefully how she is having fun is, I think for her, like, she likes chatting with people and getting to know them. So that's part of things that's fun. Okay. So I encourage her to do that. The thing I encourage her to do is go on first dates, right? And we've talked about this before. They're usually coffee dates or walk dates, and maybe very occasionally a dinner date if it's someone who's from far away or something, but it's always kind of a first date. But first dates are fun, right? Like, they can be fun. You know, first dates are exciting and they're enjoyable, and it's like you get to meet somebody new and figure out, you know, whether you have a relationship with them. And so my goal is to encourage her to find someone who's good to talk to. She has a good video chat with, even if it's not great, just good. And just to go on that first date, like, and go spend some time with someone, because even if the date doesn't go great, like, she still comes back more fulfilled from that. And so, because again, this is part of who she is, and I want to encourage that in her. And so for me, it's about letting her, like, just relax. And the second thing I've done is try to remove some of that box, right? She doesn't need to fit somebody into a box, right? We've talked about kind of removing some of the checklist approaches to dating, and just to go out and have fun and, like, meet people and enjoy spending time with them, learn something when you go out with them, and learn what makes you better and what you do and don't want. So, like, again, to go out, make it more free, more flowing, more enjoyable, more relaxed, more casual, and then see what happens after that. And I think some of that is I've taken a lot of the pressure off necessarily, some of that. So she doesn't have to find that one partner right now that provides immediate stability in our relationship, you know, in our lives. And so again, I just want her to go out and enjoy herself and have fun, which I know she struggles with, but that's how I've been encouraging her to go out and make dating, make polyamory more fun, really, for her. And then for me, it's more fun because she's just more awesome to be around. Like, she's more fulfilled. And so that's what I want as well.
Yeah. I think one of my fears that we've talked about is that I'm afraid that me having fun is going to hurt Nate. So if I have fun without him, then it's like, you know, he's watching through the window, seeing, you know, like, you know, the neighborhood kids out playing and he didn't get invited. And so sometimes I feel like that he's excluded. But then also, like, this is who I am. So it's a tough balance, even though he has acknowledged, like, yeah, sometimes he does feel left out. And sometimes it is hard when we've talked about jealousy, and we did an episode on that. And so sometimes I am better at accepting that reality of it's okay for him to feel left out or to feel sad or jealous, and for me to also have this and to just sit with those feelings.
Yeah. Because again, I'm monogamous. That's not going to change. You know, we've had many conversations about this together, and so I understand that, like, that's just something that's going to be part of it, right? Like, I'm not going on exciting first dates, and that's fine, because again, it doesn't sound exciting to me. It won't fulfill me. It's not for me. So just trying to encourage her to get out there and have fun, and to meet new people, and to travel, and to enjoy other aspects of, like, getting to meet awesome people in the lifestyle, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily someone she dates. It can be somebody who, you know, they have a great conversation. It's not going to end up being a relationship for her, but it's somebody who also is going through something similar, and then they can be, you know, they can be friends. They can go on this journey together, and that's important as well, because it's not just about finding a romantic partner. It's also about finding community, right? It's really important to find community, because again, I'm monogamous. She's not going to find community necessarily with me when it comes to polyamory. So finding community, finding people she can talk with, finding people who are in the same, you know, going through the same things, same experiences, because we all like to have that shared experience in life. And so for her, I struggle with that. It's not part of what I am, who I am, and what I can give her. And so to find other people that are in just loving this phase of life just like she is, and learning and trying to know more and try to understand what's happening, in their own lives and their own relationships. And I think Courtney provides a lot of benefit in that, and they also benefit Courtney as well. So.
Yeah, that's such a great point. I really appreciate you bringing that up. We've made like him and I have made great connections because of people that I've connected with in the polyamory community,
Mm-hmm.
people who I wasn't necessarily interested in dating, but just was a cool person. And I was like, man, like Nate, I want you to to introduce you to this person. And then we all become friends, and not like we stay in touch a lot, but just knowing that there's somebody else in a part of your community that is a part of your journey in different ways is, yeah, that is that is fun.
Yeah.
And even though that's not like fun in dating, but that is a part of the process. And I've made a lot of connections with guys where I've gone out on a first date and it wasn't that great, but man, they turn into really good friends. And they've been super supportive of my book or my career or just Nate and I in general. And it's so much more than just transactional romance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, we've gone on vacations and met up with some of the people she's met just, through the conversation she's had and dating apps, whatever else. And it's been great. Those have been great experiences.
Yeah,
Again,
super fun.
Not about a romantic relationship, but about just community and having that. And that is a fun aspect of polyamory as well. So,
yeah, it is.
All right. So we haven't asked, but if you do like what we're talking about, please subscribe.
Yes.
Many more videos coming up. Shorts from Courtney, maybe some shorts from me.
Oh my gosh, really?
Maybe in the future.
Okay.
So please subscribe, like, comment below. We appreciate all the support as we grow this channel, trying to just spread information about our relationship and how people can live in other alternative relationships as well. So again, thank you for joining us. As we always say to each other,
Can't stop, won't stop.
Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.